Breaking news coming right now. Flash floods wreak havoc in Jammu's Ramban. 3 dead, few missing. Several houses have been damaged. Over 100 people trapped have been rescued. The rescue operations continue after landslides wreaked havoc. Flash floods continue to heavy rains in the region. Situation looking grim in Ramban in Jammu. The rescue operations are underway. Several people have already been rescued, but more relief operations now being provided in Ramban in Jammu due to flash floods. We've also seen some snowfall happen in areas of Jammu as well. This coming as a result of the latest spell of heavy rains. Mir Farid is joining us live for more. Mir, could you give us more details in terms of the rescue operation, where it's reached, and what sort of number are we looking at in terms of people being trapped?
Well, Harshit, this much I can confirm to you that 2 people are confirmed dead in these flash floods, and while there are some who are missing. As far as Jammu Kashmir is concerned, especially the hilly areas have witnessed very heavy rainfall. But in this case, for this stretch of Ramban on the Jammu-Srinagar National Highway, there have been reports of cloudbursts. So that have triggered flash floods. And Dharamkund village, which is in Ramban on the Jammu-Srinagar National Highway, has been worst affected. Several houses have been damaged, vehicles washed away, and while there were around 100 to 120 people who were trapped, but they have been fortunately safely rescued by the authorities. Rains continue, and this has been 2 days of torrential, very heavy rains. They have triggered all this damage. We've been also told that hundreds of vehicles are stuck on the Jammu Highway. Let me tell you, this is the only arterial surface link that connects Valley with the rest of the country. So sees a lot of traffic. Vehicles are stuck. Many vehicles have been washed away by these flash floods, and the situation is very grim. As far as authorities are concerned, they say that they have launched a massive rescue relief effort, and right now they're focusing on ensuring that first lives are saved. If anyone is stuck or they need help, rescue operation is swift. So that really is the situation right now, grim, but rescue efforts on, and 2 people in fact have already died. There are some who are missing, and there are rescue and search operations which have been initiated to find them. Arshit?
Mir, could you also give us a sense in terms of the affected areas? What areas are these?
If you talk of Banihal, a portion of Banihal, then you talk of Ramban district, which is a hilly district and is on the Jammu-Srinagar National Highway. This seems to be the worst affected because you have people, villages, small villages which are which live on the higher reaches, upper reaches, and if you have cloudbursts, you have water gushing in from mountains and coming down. So it seems that these villages have been affected by these cloudbursts, and especially if you talk of the Dharamkund village, which is in Ramban, our sources say the administration that is the worst affected because there are many houses that have been completely damaged. There has been partial damage as well. Hundreds of vehicles have been swept away by these gushing waters, and there were people who were trapped, around 100 to 150 people who were trapped, but they have been safely rescued. Effort is to now find areas which have been worst affected and see if there are some SOS calls where people are still trapped and they're trying to reach out to them. But Weather Department has predicted that these rains could continue intermittently till late afternoon. So the danger is not subsided. There could be more flash floods, and that is something that the authorities have already alerted people about. The district administration has told people to move to safer locations, especially people living in the higher reaches have been told to move to safer locations. So that really is the situation, and right now pretty grim, and efforts on to rescue people and also clear the stranded traffic. Let me tell you, there are hundreds of vehicles stuck on the Jammu-Srinagar National Highway. and they could be trapped in landslides and rock slides. So that is the danger, and they're trying to reach out to them and clear the stranded traffic as well.
Right, people having to wade through the gushing water, and those are some of the visuals that we're getting right now. It's a tricky terrain, as you can see as well, and these flash floods coming at the back of unprecedented rainfall that has happened over the last few hours that has resulted in this situation. Plenty of efforts afoot to ensure that people who are distressed because of this and are still trapped are taken into safer areas. But waterlogged streets and cars being washed away as well, as you can see in those visuals. Mir continues to be with me. Mir, at this point, is this just the state unit taking care of the situation, or are we looking at a situation where it could be a multi-agency situation as well, where you'll need multiple agencies to come together and rescue those who are in distress right now?
Well, as far as the district administration is concerned, they have already activated their relief and rescue teams, but obviously the state disaster response force will also come in, and we've been told that the estimates and the kind of damage that has happened is next. They'll have to see what kind of damage has happened in long term, what people need. But right now, immediately they're focusing on saving lives, reaching out to people who are stuck and assessing damage. Now, as you know, there is a hilly road that comes in, so approach is also difficult. And once the road gets used, the means of reaching these areas are pretty limited. You can come in by air or use mountainous routes. So that really is the big challenge with the authorities. But as I said, at least 2 to 3 villages seem to be worst affected, including the Dharamkund village and some villages on the upper east. So they're trying to reach out to them and ensure that first lives are saved, lives are the priority, and then the damage assessment is done. There seems to be a lot of damage to property in this case because, as I said, hundreds of houses have been damaged, some fully, some partially. And then you also have vehicles, including civilian vehicles, then trucks, tankers that are stuck. Some have been thrown into the deep spaces, and that is the challenge. So it is a major challenge, a grim situation, but right focus to save lives and then next to assess damage and reach out to the affected people. So what they're also praying on is the fact that weather improves. Met Department has said that by late afternoon the weather could improve, but till that time,
for the operations to be carried out the way that the concerned teams would want them to, you need the rain to abate. That's number one. But at the moment, the situation looking grim in parts of Jammu, especially in Ramban, which has received a lot of rainfall, resulting in flash floods, when people have had to wade through water, and some of the cars are also submerged, as you can see in those visuals.